So, I'm off to go buy a new acquisition. And I went and got my trailer. And I took a tape measure and did some online figuring. And my online figuring is telling me I am going to be very, very close to the width of the wheel wells. So I'm gonna have to do some modifications, I think. It's something I wanted to do anyhow. We're gonna make one of the fenders, at least one of the fenders, removable for now. And it's going to be the passenger side, so that when I'm loading on the driver's side, I can just watch how close I am to that side and try to favor it but miss it, and have plenty of room on this side. So without further ado, I think the plasma torch is going to come out. We're going to go slice that sucker off of there. It's removable now. So I got to paint it, but I'm in a hurry. Hurry. Life's a hurry. I got tabs all the way around holding it, and just 4 bolts with just a jam nut. Take those out. The front just go over the front. There's no backside to it, but the backside has tabs, so it's kind of key when you're putting it on. You can like put the back on first, it'll lock right in. The middle one locks right in. It's got one on each side to lock into the channel, and the front just overlap. So you guys are like, still, what are you getting? I'm getting to that. So we're on the road. Trailer's behind us, and we got about a 30-mile drive. Should be under an hour, but some of it's back roads. Anyway, so I started doing good old Craigslist, and Craigslist, every time I start looking at it, I get in trouble. So I got in my mind that we have 2 Toyota trucks, both V8s, and one is the 4Runner, and the other one is the Tundra that we're in right now. And they're both, I got 201 thou on this one. I think the other one's about 180, 185. So I kind of wanted to have a third vehicle to have one to fall back on when the other ones have issues. Like I got to do the timing belt in the 4Runner, but the 4Runner's never free to go do the timing belt, and it's way overdue. So I started getting in my mind that I wanted to get a like a smaller runaround vehicle that was 4-wheel drive and all. And so I started looking at RAV4s, and then I just started searching Toyota in general, not RAV4s, just Toyotas. And a Toyota Tundra came up with some frame rust, and the rear end gave out. And it's a 2004, same as this is a 2004, but it's the club cab or double cab, where this is an access cab. Basically, the difference is you open the front door to access the back door, and it swings the opposite direction. Where a double cab has just its own door that you can get into the back at any time. And it was $2,800. It has, I think, 175,000 miles on it. Now that truck, without those issues being repaired, is a $10,000 truck. I should back up. It was asking $4,000. I offered $28,000. 2 other guys offered $25,000. He was trying to get $3,000 out of it. Went back with me because I was the highest at $28,000. So that was last night. Here we are today, going for the hunt. I started doing a little bit of homework. I want to get an idea, like, what's the weight of the Tundra? I think it's around 5,000 pounds. And the sizes and everything. So I had my truck to go looking at my trailer. Well, lo and behold, the other truck is larger all the way around. It's a little taller, it's a little wider, and it's a little longer. Like, I think this is 213 wheelbase, and the other one's 240. Something like that, 221 and 240. So the truck is bigger all the way around, and so was the wheelbase. And the wheelbase is right on the money. I think there's a 78 and change, 79 and change. And the wheelbase I had 78 and a half between the wheel wells of this. So I was like, well, maybe I could drive over the wheel well or stack something. And I said, what the hell, I'll just slice the fender. Oh, you suck. So I that's why I ended up slicing the fender. Plus I just kind of wanted it for future reference anyway. It might make it sometime easier to get stuff on and off. There's a cop right there too. Good blow too. So anyway, we're on our way to go get there. I'll turn the camera back on if the camera is okay to show while I'm looking at the truck. If not, I'll just turn it on after it. So I'll see you in a little bit. So I guess I should add to that. Yeah, so I ended up starting out looking for a little, you know, a little rice burner, something that was easy on fuel, still all-wheel drive and that kind of thing, you know, getting 25 miles to the gallon. And it just turned around to me getting the Tundra just because the Tundra looked like it was such a good deal. And if the frame is really bad, I'm going to pass on it. You know, if it's got just a couple of spots I can repair it, like you saw me do that Tacoma not that long ago, or the old 4Runner, I can handle doing both of those. But if it's Swiss cheese all the way up and down the whole length of it, no good. And I don't think the recall's in effect anymore. If you did not have your truck looked at by a certain time and they were supposed to spray some kind of like undercoating on it to save it, if you did not do that, that is gone out the window. So that's why it's not getting turned in for the frame recall. I don't even know if they're doing the frame recalls at all anymore. But so I may replace my truck with it if I like it better. I may replace the 4Runner with it. My wife likes it better. I may just sell it outright. I just don't know yet. But I figure for the money and for what my capacities are repairing things, I might be better off just buying that and making, instead of me working on somebody else's truck and you know, making it just a couple of bucks, it could be a very valuable endeavor. The biggest thing is the rear end. It is common that the rear pumpkin of it rots out, and when the pumpkin back at it, which is welded on, fails, all the fluid comes out of it. He knew it was leaking. They were trying to go find a rear end for it that was not rusty, and I think they were looking like down South Carolina, North Carolina, and at that point, I think he said the front bearing, he said it was running really rough. He looked underneath, he looked and said that the back of the pumpkin, or the front of the pumpkin, the neck where the drive shaft connects to, was glowing red. So, you know, it really just welded that bearing to the housing. So whether that's still fixable or not, I don't know. And as far as what I understand, you could take the third member out and replace it with another one, but the axle assembly, the wheelbase is a little wider on a double cab, double cab, than a regular, like the truck that we're in now. So I don't think I could take the axle out of like what I'm in and transfer it over. I'm not sure that any of that yet. Anyway, so that's all getting too way far forward. Right now our main goal is just go make sure it's not a total piece of junk, and that it is worth the $2,800 and that it will fit on the trailer. Also, it's one owner, he bought it new, so that also helps. Rolling up on it soon. Oh, there it is. I gotta turn around. There. No one's home yet. Let's go look. Look and see what size tires they are. 17s or 16s. They came in two different 16s. These can transfer right over for now for one of ours. Let's go see what the frame looks like. New stainless muffler. It's like they painted the frame. I wonder if that's Toyota's spray stuff they put on there. Well, I don't see anything that looks terribly terrible right off the bat. That's a good sign. Yeah, looks like that crap that Toyota sprays on it. I would say this is where the issue is. It looks terrible. Let's go take a peek at the leaking pumpkin. It is better than I expected to see. I expected to see a lot more rust. Just looks like they sprayed over where it's scaling. And I gotta change your battery. Let's see if she'll start on my jumper pack. Yeah. That's it, guys. Nice truck. It's awesome. And the batteries had it. $169,000 on it. Now, just gotta make it home. And back home we go. Tailgating. Let's just say we're keeping it at 55 and under. I do believe I'm at the maximum and then some of my my Tundra tow capacity. Got the OD shut off. And talking with him, the timing belt was done 9,000 miles ago. I think it was done on 160. It's got 169 on it, which is nice. I thought actually I had 175 on it. Guess what he wrote he had. Again, one owner. The rack and pinion, he said, has been done. Something with the four-wheel drive failed in the front, was repaired also. I don't know if it was the maybe the solenoid that turns it on and off. But the truck has never been used. He's never towed with it. Never run it, you know, other than what a homeowner would do, get some gravel or something in the back of the truck. But it's never really been a work truck, which is real nice because mine has. This has definitely been a work truck, and it served me well. So my figuring is, if that one back there has lived the leisure life, it's definitely got a lot more in it. Mine's got a lot more in it too. As far as the frame's concerned, he said he went to Toyota. What they do is they inspect it, and they did not find it at fault enough to replace the frame. It wasn't bad enough. So what they do is they spray that undercoating, that black crap that's underneath there, and that's it. You're good. That's all they're gonna do. They're not gonna do anything after that. If it fails after that, that's what you get. So in other words, he was trying to kind of saying too that it was just a way of Toyota pacifying you. I feel like maybe they did something for you to help it out. They gave him, he bought a used '08 Tundra for $20,000, and because of issues he had with his truck, they gave him another $1,000 towards that truck, or towards, he has like $1,000 credit there for whatever, for service, or if he wants to go buy floor mats or whatever the deal is, he can kind of go do that. So I'm real happy with it. It's much better shape than I expected. I expected to see, you know, holes in the frame that you can shove your fist in them, and right now the only thing I've seen is, or one big enough I can put my thumb in it. So it's not anything compared to what I'm used to being scared of. So I think it's going to be a nice addition to my household. And home sweet home. Did good. Chain stay tight. A nice truck. The taillights are different than mine. Look how small the ones are on my truck compared to those. I think they're both supposed to be 04s. Needs a lens. Again, it's got new exhaust on it. So which we could see. Chrome. Stainless. Let's say on it. That goes all the way up, including the resonator and the two front pipes. You guys can't see anything, can you? It's just darkness. And that frame, I expected to see a pile of crap for a frame, and it's only got that one hole that I could see so far. And the rear diff, that's probably going to be of course, the biggest issue. And I'm wondering if it just took out that front bearing, and maybe this rear end is repairable. They sell a repair for the pumpkin itself, the paint on the back. I think I was talked about it already. And that was this little lug. That's available for 90 bucks. Tires have 3,000 miles on them. And it's got about $800 in tires on them if they're decent tires. BF Goodrich. Yeah, they're not cheap tires. They're probably about 180 bucks a piece. And they're the same that's on my truck. I love the size of those back doors. And the dogs even get to have a window that goes down. Imagine that. They can flap their tongues out the window. I don't know what you get for seats as far as how they fold down, or do they fold up out of the way and give you storage in the backside if you need it also. So I am a happy camper. That is nice. Think the battery's got enough to start it up? It was dead. Fill out my jumper pack wouldn't even start it. We had to do cables and my jumper pack, and finally it went. Beeping. Barely. It's got 169,000 on it. Does that back window go down? That'd be cool, huh? I don't know if it does. See any switches on the dash indicating so. What's that right there? Oh, look at that. How cool is that? Yeah, the truck's gonna get mad at me. Nice. So you had one of those covers on there. There's the railing going around. That can go away. I don't bother with those much anymore. That can go. But it doesn't look like there was ever really any kind of accident that amounted to anything. It's got bings and dings around it, but that's fine. Should be able to clean that up. The back bumper, I think, is probably the worst of it. Right there. How's your eye? Headlights a little fogged out. So, we're ready to make it a driver. Fix the rear end, put a battery in it. Something else too. Oh, the taillight. And the frame can wait, but I want to scrape off their undercoating and do my own. Alright, this is probably getting pretty long. Again, guys, thanks for watching, commenting, subscribing. And we gotta think of a name. For her. And also, if anybody knows a good source for maybe a center section for this, or who is familiar with the Toyota situation with the rear ends, send me a lead. It would be definitely appreciated. Thanks. Later. And got a full tank of gas. Come on now. When do I wake up? I had a good 3/4 of an inch not to cut the fender, but if I didn't cut the fender, you know what would have happened. And it's daylight. Now we can kind of go and take a look. Got the truck in neutral and the ass end jacked up. Just curious about what we got kind of going on back here. That could be a problem right there. I kind of wonder if we can just deal with the bearing that's right here. I think there's a bearing here and like a bearing that much further back. I guess what I probably could do is take the drive shaft out there. And then right there. And put it in full drive. There's nothing saying it won't be mobile. Like that, right? I could yard move it in full drive, and we can kind of look into this. Let's try to figure out what rear is in it. And as far as what I understand, it will be either a 408 or a 410 in a double cab. There's a new exhaust. That is Toyota undercoating, and I think it causes more damage than it does help. You can see right there where it's kind of if you beat on that, you're probably gonna start getting some punkiness. So I think I have to get the rear fixed. I ordered a taillight and a side view mirror. That was like 80 bucks for the pair. Delivered. And we'll fix that stuff up. And then I think you just got to come back in here with a scraper and knock all that crap that they put on there off. This stuff's no good if you don't knock the flakes off before you put it on. It just kind of encapsulates it, probably even makes it more of an issue. See it going across that cross member up there? The bubbliness of it. And then we do the good old soak it in bar and chain oil, but we can do some welding on it. That bottom lip looks like it might be an issue. It doesn't look like a hard area to repair though. I think you probably go from right there to about right there. Again, I expected a lot worse than this. So, the rear end though. It's kind of an oddball one. That's probably why he bailed on it when he started figuring out that he couldn't just shove one from a you know, 4Runner or Tacoma in there. They're all the same physical size, just the gear ratio is different. And I guess this is where he said he saw it was glowing, was this right here was glowing. Decisions. Jack fails, falls down and shoots across the... I have a feeling that I may end up repairing what we have. It all depends upon whether that bearing is drawn in from this way or drawn in from the inside. You got to take the stack apart, or both. So I think at some point I got to get it in the garage, get it up in the air, and get the dry shaft out, take that center nut off, take that yoke out, and see what we got going on inside there. So it's about 2 days later since the rest of this video, and I did a little bit of homework on the rear end setup. This has 410 gears in it, and they came pretty much with 391s, 408s, or 410s. This has 410s in it, I think because it's a little bit heavier truck. I need to try to match that. It's the harder one to try to match. But my question is to any of the guys who are familiar with Toyota in general, all the center sections are the same. They're all the same, pretty much housing and enclosure. But I'm wondering if a 410 out of a 6-cylinder is the same as a 410 out of the 8-cylinder. I know they're both 8.4 ring and pinion gear size, but do the axle shafts that go in, are they a larger or smaller diameter due to the difference in the horsepower ratings that they just undersize them for lower horsepower vehicles? So if anybody has the answer to that, I really appreciate it. Thanks again. Bye.